What's your favorite?
Man, favorite, I don't know. Spain. Spain's really awesome. You know,
Spain was where you were at that restaurant. Was it El Bulli? Is that how you say it?
Yeah, but just about anywhere in Spain is going to be a special place with great food, and it's going to be beautiful. Vietnam, I love. You know, I think that Vietnam resembles all of the places I dreamed about. You know, when I was a little boy. You know,
really
the exotic East. Well, you know, there is that the decaying French aspect, the indigenous Vietnamese. That whole part of the world looks, to me, particularly beautiful, and they like food in a way that I find very sympathetic. They're passionate about it. So Vietnam, that's going to be a sentimental favorite as well.
Wow. So Vietnam, numero uno, huh? Wow.
Hey guys, welcome back to That Liminal Period. It's your girl, Chun-Li Shoddy. So today I want to have a conversation around why Vietnam continues to rank amongst the lowest in obesity rates around the world year after year. I started this video off with a clip from the JRE podcast when he still had hair, where he sat down with Mr. Anthony Bourdain just virtually. Because if you guys know, when JRE first started, it was just on stream. But anyways, this was a conversation when Anthony was just talking about why Vietnam is his favorite country. And a lot of it has to do with our food. So anyways, as you guys can see, food, obesity goes hand in hand. But actually, I think that there is another reason that is contributing to why we have low obesity rates in Vietnam. And I think I'm actually going to hold off onto that one till the end. But first off, we're going to check out a video from Joe Fazer. He is a YouTube fitness influencer, and he actually visited Vietnam 2 years ago to unpack this very same conversation.
So I live here in England, the 33rd most obese country in the world.
2 months ago, I went to one of the most obese countries in the world, America, where statistically 1 in 3 people are overweight. And after eating at their restaurants, I could definitely see why.
Bloody hell. This is America summed up.
It's like half a pig.
Now, I came back from that trip with one simple question. If this is the food from one of the most obese countries in the world, what is the least obese country in the world?
Vietnam, with an obesity rate of 2.1%.
This intrigued me a lot. I wanted to see why this number was so low. Yeah, of course economic reasons is a factor, but I wanted to see what the food was like here. So the next day I booked tickets to the capital city of Vietnam, Hanoi, and 17 hours of plane journeys later, your boy arrived.
I'm absolutely starving. Let's find some breakfast. Can I get this, please? Thank you.
I started the morning off with what I had seen all around the streets of Hanoi, coconuts.
Very refreshing. Very refreshing.
Yeah.
Don't know if you guys caught the price, but it was $20K. Okay, just keep that in mind. And we're going to try and keep it all in VND in today's conversation. And maybe I'll do the USD conversion later. But just for simplicity, we'll keep it all in VND. $20K for a coconut.
The coconuts were lovely and refreshing. However, they only had 19 calories inside. So I needed to find some actual proper food. Eventually I found this beautiful looking place.
Okay, so we've come to some, I don't know, just some local place which is very busy, so I assume that the food's good. I need some calories, I'm starving.
The food got served, some beef, rice, salads, and then a weird pastry looking thing.
Let's hope they've cooked it.
Tofu. It's tofu, but...
To my surprise, the food was pretty good, so my empty stomach absolutely devoured it down.
Snack, pineapple. Fucking amazing.
As I walked through the streets of Vietnam, I noticed that by far the most common food sold was fresh fruit and veg. And then higher calorie, higher protein foods were a lot more scarce and absurdly more expensive.
Can I get a smoothie, please?
Yeah.
Smoothie.
Okay. Yeah.
They're good, yeah?
Yeah.
One of them. Yeah, thank you.
This super nice lady made me a passion fruit smoothie. It only had 3 ingredients in, so I didn't expect it to taste great, but to my surprise...
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah,
Very good.
I think so. Yeah.
Wow, that is actually really good. Is it? That's fucking...
And the 3 ingredients, spoiler alert, is just gonna be ice, sweetened condensed milk, and passion fruit.
good. I don't know how.
Keeping it
I got
simple.
the smoothie down me and it tasted amazing, but due to the lack of ingredients, it probably had max 200 calories in. I continued strolling the streets of Vietnam, trying different food and drinks.
You can't get fresher than this. Ugh.
But
Sugarcane
why is this place
juice.
such an exception from the rest of the world in regards to obesity? Well, one major thing I noticed was when I was in America, every street I'd walk down would be congested with tons of fast food options. I couldn't say the same about Vietnam. In fact, to put it into perspective, there's 13,673 McDonald's in America. In Vietnam, there's only 17.
I also want to add that in Vietnam, McDonald's is not just seen as fast food, it's actually seen as like a nicer sit down restaurant, or like not like a fine diner or anything like that, but probably on the same level as like a Maggiano's. Like this is a nice going out situation because it is a lot more expensive to actually go inside a McDonald's or a Starbucks or anything. So that's just not going to work in Vietnam.
Next up, we got some weird looking taco from this street store. Pork, bean sprouts. You take the taco, you put it in this rice paper,
Taco.
salad, fold it all up like that. That's f***ing amazing. It's just like a sandwich.
So that's actually not a taco, it's actually a crepe. It's a savory crepe, right? Because Vietnam, again, was once colonized by the French. They brought over a lot of different cooking techniques, and it's still used and popular in Vietnam today. And this dish is actually called bánh xèo. Bánh xèo. And it's literally one of my favorite dishes. My mom fucks it up. It's so good. And you eat it with so much fresh, raw vegetables and herbs. And yeah, it's fire.
Although I haven't eaten much today, I really want to get a workout here. So this legend's taking me somewhere.
We got driven to this outdoor gym, and it by far had the biggest people I'd seen all trip. Got introduced to this guy, the sensei, who, well, just watch.
Calisthenics.
Fucking hell, man. How long has he been training for? How many years? Eight. He's been training 8 years? Wow.
Vietnam beat me. Some of the food today I loved and some I hated, but from what I've gathered in this full day of eating, is in Vietnam portion sizes are very small. Junk food is basically non-existent, and the equivalent to fast food here is a fresh fruit and veg shop. Maybe this explains why it's the least obese country in the world.
Okay, so you guys heard Joe Fraser say the reasons why he thinks Vietnam is the least obese country in the world is because portion sizes are smaller, junk food is non-existent, and accessibility. Instead of finding fast food restaurants around every corner, you're going to find a fruit stand. And I agree with him. I am going to go back and talk a little bit more about the food and diet though, because I think that there's a little bit more perspective to gain here. So let's just jump back. So I just want to share with you guys a lovely meal that me and my family had. And I want to share this one specifically because, again, he was talking about the bánh xèo that he was having in the last restaurant, like one of his last meals, the crepe with the bean sprouts in them. And like I mentioned to you guys, whenever we serve Vietnamese food, I would say 75 to 99% of the time, you're going to find fresh herbs, fresh veggies, some sort of raw vegetable, okay, that still has all of its nutrients still intact, not cooked down carrots and peas and, like no shade. I love soul food. I love, curries. I love braised. I love everything. But for some reason, the Vietnamese cuisine just consists of so much more fresh fruits and vegetables. And again, I think going back to what Anthony Bourdain was talking about as far as Vietnam being such an exotic place, that's true. Vietnam is a tropical country. Vietnam has very good fertile land. It is the number 2 producer of coffee worldwide, just after Brazil. And Brazil is ginormous, okay? Vietnam is the size of New Mexico. So the fact that we are number 2 in coffee production, we are big chocolate producers. Vietnam just does so much as far as agriculture goes. And yeah, I think we can see it positively impact the citizens of Vietnam because they have access to such fresh fruit and such fresh vegetables at such affordable prices. And I think that is a major key. And this is another family dinner when I was in Vietnam, and that was, let's go back. That dinner was so good because another thing outside of just being on the equator, Vietnam is also a peninsula. So we have a lot of water. So we have access to a lot of seafood at very affordable prices. And I don't know, at this point, I feel like I am being a Visit Vietnam spokeswoman. But for real though, food is bomb. And remember, I said the affordability was the major key because I want to share with you guys a McDonald's advertisement, okay? Earlier when I said the coconut, and I was expecting there to be more, food prices in that last video, but if I find another clip of, actual content creators talking about the price tag on Vietnamese food, it's ridiculous because look at this rice platter or rice plate with chicken, okay, gum gà tieng, fried chicken rice, okay, and 4 slices of cucumber, and that's 35K. 35K. And it's completely processed, completely fake. 49,000 for pork rice, okay, so you're gonna get a processed McRib, you're gonna get a gum filet mixed McChicken and rice. It's completely ridiculous, and that's 75K, okay? And this is just on their own advertisement, and this was a breakfast that I ate literally every dang day, and it is, sorry, probably not the best picture, but this was 15K, okay? This was literally 3 steps away from our house in Vietnam. I would just have to either get on a bike or walk down the alley and go get me a plate of fresh rice cakes, fresh tofu, hams, all the veggies that you can eat, all the fresh chilies. It was just bomb. I am drooling as I'm thinking about it. Oh my gosh. But yeah, ain't nobody gonna pay $75,000 for a McChicken. And that was the thing. It's whenever I go to Vietnam or to any country, I actually do go and visit their McDonald's because I do want to compare and contrast the food and the flavor and quality and everything like that. I'm a huge foodie. But yeah, in Vietnam, like I say, it's a fine dine restaurant. KFC, same level, okay? Jollibee, also expensive. All of these fast food restaurants, not only are they only found in bigger cities, but it's only found where you have more disposable income. You're not going to find it in all of the smaller towns and villages. That's where you're going to see the agriculture really thrive. So back to what I was saying, I do agree with what Joe Fazer said as far as the smaller portion sizes. Yes, people in Vietnam do eat less. However, they eat, 4 or 5 times a day. It's not abnormal to just go and grab a snack because, again, the food is so easily accessible and affordable. So portions are smaller depending on who you are. That's just a relativity thing because, to be quite honest, the portion sizes in the West shouldn't be the sizes that they are. When I was bodybuilding, I told you guys, I learned what a normal portion size was. When you're having a meal, you should only be eating like maybe like a deck of cards worth of protein. So that is about 4 ounces of cooked meat. Most people eat more than 4 ounces of meat in one sitting. So again, that's why I say the portion sizes, it's relative. Okay. And also I wanted to talk about daily movement a little bit because it's really funny to me because gym culture is not huge in Vietnam. Fitness culture is. Gym culture and fitness is completely different because again, you're going to find older women as well as young kids, like everybody on the streets of Vietnam early in the morning, whether it is doing Zumba or dancing late at night. I actually do have a video that I recorded when I was in Hanoi. So let me see if I can jump to that part. Yeah, we were just walking in the old French quarters and they were salsaing out there. Okay, so now that we're back on track, thank you guys so much for following me and looking at all of my photos because, sometimes I think about it, in 2024, everyone's always so quick to pull up their phone, to take a picture, to take a video, but how often do we actually go back and look at those good times and those fond memories? So anyways, thank you guys so much for allowing me to selfishly share some of my photos. I mentioned at the top of the video that I think that there is a big reason that in Vietnam, a lot of people are not obese, and that reason will be very evident after you guys see this video. So let's check this one out.
Can I ask you something? Sure, Mom, what's up? Why you so fat? Why you so fat? Go for a walk, go for a hike, go away. Don't come back. Jesus, I told you to be a doctor, not look like you need a doctor. My son's a big boy. Big boy, come here. Hey, tell your boyfriend to pull out sometimes, okay? I don't have a boyfriend. Oh, I thought you was pregnant, but it's just you're fat. You're so fat when you go to the zoo, the animals take your photo. They're like, Jesus, what the hell is that? I don't think I'm that fat. You're so fat, even Mulan sings, you bring the sauna to us all. Ancestor, hear my plea. Why does my son look like the chimpanzee? He eat the cake and get the diabetes. He bring the sauna to us all.
If it's not clear enough, but the secret sauce and the reason why Vietnam is the least obese year after year, it's all thanks to Asian moms, Viet moms, okay? Thank you so much for loving us so much that you did not allow us to stay fat. But anyways, I've enjoyed this conversation. I hope you guys did too, and I look forward to speaking with you guys next time. Bye.
Nobody loves you. I don't love you. Why you so fat? Why you so fat?